I want to set up today's discussion by just kind of getting you to think about how things go when you're in a dispute with a narcissist. First of all, you ever find yourself at odds with that individual? You know, the narcissist is very enamored with themselves. It's like, well, I'm a pretty enlightened person and I have a lot of great ideas about how life is supposed to unfold. In fact, my ideas are so good that I don't really need yours. And so this sense of enlightenment and specialness and their self-absorption can lead to them being stubborn and in control. And there's one huge word that comes with all of this, and that's the word invalidation. Now, to kind of get you thinking about how this might work, I want to kind of present to you the opposite, and I want to present to you what you'd like to hear. When you're in a dispute with a narcissist, when was the last time that person said, I want to validate the fact that you feel as you do? That ever happen to you? No. Or do they ever validate and say, you know, you have your own unique perspective, and it's very important if we're going to get along with each other for us to each know and comprehend what the other person is thinking and feeling. Again, they can't say that. Or I want to validate the fact that you're your own unique person, and if you do some things differently from me, maybe I could actually even learn something from you, just as I would hope you could learn something from me. The narcissist cannot think that way. A validating attitude is not something they bring to the equation. Instead, whenever you have that dispute, it's you don't know what you're talking about, or shut up, or I don't want to hear from you, or knock it off, or just do what I tell you to do. And then when you do say something, they'll explain to you why it's wrong. Or if you talk about something that's important, they can roll their eyes. They can talk to you about how you need to change your plans. Has that ever happened to you? And so today I want to give you 7 steps for beating the narcissist at their invalidation game. Now, part of what I'm going to do is we're going to beat them at the invalidation game by not playing the game. So that's going to be kind of counterintuitive. And the first step I want to give you is, and again, it will sound a little counterintuitive, when you're at that place where the narcissist clearly has an opinion and they want to foist that opinion onto you, the step number 1 is pause and ask the question or make the statement, I'd like to understand what you're wanting me to know. Now, that can be very counterintuitive because you don't want to say that to the narcissist. But by making that kind of statement, what you're doing is you're taking yourself out of the adversarial position. The narcissist, by invalidating and putting you down and insulting and criticizing, is more or less saying, it's a competition now and I want you to go into the competition with me. So when you say, help me understand what you want me to know, you're showing yourself to be a decent person. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, once the narcissist will say, well, what you need to know is, what you need to do is do what I tell you to do. Step 2, state your perspective calmly. How many times do you find yourself going into that defensive and persuasive and pleading tone of voice? Would you quit talking to me like that? Or you're always arguing. You know, you can do something like that. No, that's not what we're going to do. Let it be known, I have a perspective. This is what it is. Speak in this tone of voice. Now, step number 3. When, and notice my use of the word when, not if, when you receive the inevitable pushback and they go back into that invalidation mode, the next thing to say is, I understand that's your perspective. That's it. Make no attempt to change their mind. Make no attempt to make them see the light, because in doing so, that means you've gotten pulled into the game and they have to be the victor. And so just let them know, okay, that's your perspective. Step number 4 is go ahead and say, I'm comfortable with what I've already decided. That's it. You don't have to elaborate. You don't have to give the 14 reasons why it's okay for you to be be what you are. I'm comfortable with what I've already decided. Step number 5, when they give the next inevitable pushback, you use what I have referred to in past videos as what I call the nonetheless approach. Well, nonetheless, I'm holding to my decision. And then you let it go. And then when they give you the pushback again, they start invalidating, repeat as necessary. Nonetheless, I'm holding firm to my decision. Let it be. And then step number 6 is Do what you say you're going to do. Follow through on what your decisiveness is. And the narcissist is not going to like it. They're going to dog you. They're going to just follow you around sometimes, or they're going to come back later on and say what you did was such a bad and awful thing. And just do what you need to do. Let your behavior speak on its own behalf. And then step number 7 is kind of a non-step. Make no further defense. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying here? The narcissist is wanting to draw you into their game. And so when they invalidate you, they're trying to take the superior position. And what you're not going to do is you're not going to try to put yourself superior over them. You're just going to start with the assumption, I'm a reasonable person. And if that's something that you'd like to acknowledge, then maybe we can go somewhere with that. But if not, I just feel no need to play your game. Now, when you take this 7-step approach that I just mentioned, there are certain key ingredients you have to have on the inside of your personality in order to pull it off. One is you have to have a determination not to go straight into your anger mode. That's exactly what the narcissist wants to do. So when you go into that high anger and you just let her rip, or you just have this harsh kind of reaction to them, it's like, oh, this is so playing into my hand, because now you're going to make yourself look foolish, and then they can tell you, see, this is why you have to listen to me. You know what? Anger is your emotion of self-preservation, and there are actually times when it's legitimate to speak up for yourself. But in the case like this, it's like, I don't want to waste my emotional energy on someone who's going to shoot it down anyway. And so that's why you maintain that steady mindset that I talked to you about. Now, a second huge ingredient that you have to have in order to pull off this mindset that I'm talking to you about, and that is you have to have confidence in yourself, in your own intentions. Do you believe that you're a decent person? And do you believe, as you engage with your world, whatever it is that the narcissist is invalidating you over, whether it's the way you handle things at home, or how you handled a situation with a family member or a coworker or a friend, and now they're telling you how awful you are, do you honestly know, well, in those circumstances, I have good intentions? And yeah, I'm always capable of making some errors, and so I'll welcome some feedback when it's positively given to me. But I'm a decent person, and I don't need to tell that other individual that. I just know it within myself. A third huge ingredient that you need to hold on to, and that is a lack of shock regarding the narcissist's need to be in control. You know, when you get into that real high, flustered and agitated and tense reaction to the narcissist, it's as if you're wanting to say, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Well, believe it. How many times have they done this before? 10 times? 20 times? 300 times? 1,582 times? I mean, they've done it a whole lot. And so every time that you react with your harsh response, it's as though you're saying, man, seriously, you're going to do this? Seriously, they're going to do this. And so drop any kind of shock. And then this leads to another key ingredient, and that is I want you to be able to spot the power play that they're trying to get you into, and you refuse to get drawn into the power play. You want to ask yourself, is my goal with this person to establish power? That's their goal. They want to establish power over you. But is that your goal in reverse? It's like, no, I don't need to establish power. What I want to establish is decency, respect, dignity, honor, civility, those kind of things. And so I don't play the power game. And then finally, you want to acknowledge within yourself, I'm not able to change this person. And I don't even feel the need to waste my time and energy doing so. What I can do is I can focus on who I am and me being a healthy me. So we've got this 7-step process that you can use when the narcissist wants to invalidate you. And I can promise you, when you don't play that game, that's how you win. You win by not trying to win. Then the narcissist is going to just roll their eyes, walk away, think you're a terrible person. They can hold a grudge and all of that. We know that. But I'm hoping that you can recognize, this is not somebody that I need to take into my inner circle so that I can determine if I'm going to be a healthy person today or not. They want to rob you of your own self, your own legitimacy. And the way they do it is they make you to be a counterpart to their silly, childish games. And so, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and be the healthy me that I want. And if you want to play those invalidation games, go right ahead. But you're not going to get a participant here. I've got better things to do with my time and with my life. I do hope that you gain from the videos that we post here. And if you've not already done so, I would invite you to hit that subscribe button beneath us, and we'll keep you apprised of more videos. We have an email list now that we'd like for you to sign up for so that we can keep you apprised of other kind of things that are coming along. And actually, we're going to be making available some other videos that are not going to be put up on YouTube, but some small videos that we can pass along to you and things of that nature, articles and things like that. If you need some online counseling, we have some links, a link below here for that. We have my books, online workshops, and things of that nature. So if you have the need, make yourself available to all of those kind of things. Now, I want to let you know, I really appreciate being along on the journey with you. This is what I do, and this is what I enjoy doing. And so when I get the positive feedback from you, it's nourishment to my soul, just as I hope this nourishes your soul. So thanks for being here, and I will see you next time.